Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Hope you had a wonderful day. I know I did. It sounds like my phone is telling me I'm syndicating to all my other platforms here. Very, very cool. StreamYard's pretty cool. It lets me push out to 8 different platforms all at one time. So I've got this going on a couple of groups. Got it on Facebook, got it on Periscope, got it on YouTube. Got the recording out there, which saves me a lot of time. The YouTube channel is just on fire. It looks so good getting the content out there, and then working my way through. Looking at hiring myself a transcribist. I guess that's what you call them. Somebody to come in and transcribe my videos, put some text into it so I can put the descriptions in there. Then I'm going to take that, I'm going to put it over on a blog. So for those of you that are brand new, I probably just freaked you out. That's absolutely okay, not a big deal, not anything that you have to do to build a business. So what I wanted to talk about tonight, and it's primarily a mindset place that you need to do. Hey John, what's going on, man? Thanks for swinging by. Primarily a mindset place to be. Looking at numbers, I went into our corporate. What did I just do? So 6 things you must do daily to head to 7-figure run. So here's what's going on. So one, Sunday, absolutely cool day. I don't know if you saw my live this morning, but we're working on some antique park benches, and we've actually got 4 of them. Started on the 1 and got all the slats put in today. Then I actually took I've got an old Singer sewing machine base that has like the pedal thing on the bottom. You pedal it and it goes around. Doesn't have any of the wood parts. Actually, I got some of the wood parts. What happened was somebody left it out in the rain, and it basically destroyed it. So I grabbed them, threw them in I actually gave them away. So I still have the sewing machine. It's down in the basement, but the wood was all part. But there's some really cool drawers, so I pulled that apart and then made a top and put that on there. So I worked on that today, and of course the park bench. And they're sitting down in the living room now, just total retro, vintage looking, cool as heck. So just got to finish them. Got to do some sanding on them. Got to put some stain on them. Get them just looking very, very neat. Get all my transcriptions from. Adas, can you send that to me in a private message? Just private message me that again, so I'll go check that out. Appreciate that. So yeah, I want to get it transcribed because I'm not doing it. I don't have the time, in all honesty. So I really appreciate that a lot, lots. Throwing out some high fives to you. Appreciate that. So 6 things you have to do to run for a 7-figure run. And the reason I'm bringing this up, one, is I want to clarify, I'm not a 7-figure earner yet. I'm working with 7-figure earners, getting direction, getting tutelage, doing everything I need to do to run there. And it's just like being a coach. One of the coolest books that I ever read was Slaying the Dragon by Michael Johnson. If you haven't read that book, highly recommend reading that book. Matter of fact, here I go. Contest time. So here's the contest. Slaying the Dragon, Michael Johnson. Hopefully it's on Amazon. Let's see. I got to think about that. So I'm going to do a contest here. I got to think about what the contest is here towards the end of the live. But I'm going to give that book to somebody because it's very, very cool. It's one of my favorite books. But it's a very cool story that Michael Johnson talks about overcoming, going from being a sort of called runner to a world-class Olympic runner, where from the very first time he started running, he ran his first hurdle in the Olympics, 400 meter hurdles. He won every single race until he stopped running. Very freaking impressive. And in his story, he talks about doing some things he didn't really want to do in that book. Very, very cool. I got to think of a contest here. Thanks, Adas. I got that message. Appreciate that. I got to think of a contest. We got to do something cool so somebody can win that book, because I want to. It's very, very neat. I got to read it again. Thinking about it. Matter of fact, let me see. I think it's sitting right there on the shelf. Yeah, I can do this. It's my life. Yes. Very, very cool. Very cool book. I've had this a long time. So here's the book. You can see it's called Slaying the Dragon by Michael Johnson. Very, very neat book. I've had this one a long, long time. It'd be cool if I could track him down and get an autograph. Anybody knows Michael Johnson, tell him I got to hook him up and get an autograph in his book, because this book is just bad, bad, bad to the bone. I think I sort of changed direction a little bit. So there's a part, I'm not sure, it says, I got to read this because I just opened to it. So it's on page 104, and I'm not sure what the context, I don't remember. But it says, you only get so far by mimicking someone else. In the end, being like me is a waste of time for everyone but me. And that's why I wouldn't want anyone to go to college just because I went to college. And this is talking about, there are a few people respect more than Muhammad Ali. So yeah, okay, that's what I thought. That's anyone but me, and that's why I wouldn't want anyone to go to college just because I went to college. Go to college because you want to go to college, and use my experience only as an example of one way it can be done. I've become successful by looking inside myself and finding the desire and the will there, by living efficiently and honestly, and by finding out who I really am. Woo! You won't find these truths inside someone else. Power, fire right there, baby. I just opened to that. Yeah, I'm going to read this book again. It's so cool as you read books, how things just sort of stand out. And I just accidentally just opened to that. There's so many nuggets in here. Another one, the line between failure and success. Watch this. This is fire. The line between failure and success is so fine that we scarcely know when we pass it. So fine that we are often on the line and don't even know it. Albert Hubbard, 20th century author and writer. Fire, page 61 in the book. Definitely. So I'm going to give this book away. I want to do it on Amazon. Hopefully it's still on Amazon. Throw an idea in the comments or something, and how we can pull out names out of a hat or something. I want somebody to win this book. So we're gonna come up with something here. I don't know what it is. Maybe sharing here we go, share the live. So share this live. I don't know, share this live, tag your teams, something. I want to be able to count something, some way I can pull names or something. We'll figure it out, and then I'll draw somebody's name out of the hat. So here's what we do. Everyone that shares this, no, I want to do that. Tag a teammate. Let's do tag a teammate. So tag a teammate in this live. Tag them in the comments. That's what we'll do. Tag them in the comments. And between now and then, when I go live tomorrow, I'll pull a name out of the hat. How's that? And somebody will win the Slaying the Dragon by Michael Johnson. I'll do that. So tag a teammate in the live, and I'll pull names out of the hat. So it doesn't really matter how many you tag, but for every person you tag, you'll get another entry in the hat. Then I'll do the spinning wheel thingy, and it'll be fun. And we'll do that tomorrow. That's what we'll do. So commit to, and that's just contest out of the blue. Sometimes we got to do it. Michael Johnson, Slaying the Dragon. Slaying the Dragon by Michael Johnson. Very, very cool book. It should be on Amazon. Absolutely. Babe, my wife just entered the contest, so she might end up getting a free book. Love you, sweetie. Bye. So she's got to push the bubble every time. So 6 things to commit. Six things that you must do on a daily basis to have a 7-figure run. And like I said before, one of the things, and if you ask yourself, is how do I get there? How do I show up? What are daily commitments? One of the things that I did way back when, and Ray pushed it, and Ray said it, he got me on the bandwagon. He says, make a commitment to showing up to do a Facebook Live every day, and you'll come up with an idea. And literally, like right before this live, hey Kendra, good job. So right before this live, I'm sitting here like, what am I going to talk about? So I'm sitting here thinking about our event that's coming up here next month, the first of next month, which is really cool. And of course, Rank Makers Live. If you haven't registered for that, you got to get to Rank Makers Live. That's very, very cool. If you don't have a company event until like next year, you probably want to get in there. If you do have a company event, do both. Everything's virtual nowadays, so I'm actually going to move my office around. I'm going to get I've got a theater chair set over here, which I need to refinish that too, and set that up, put the big TV up, get some popcorn out, whatever. I'm going to have me an event in my own office here, which is going to be fun. I don't know. I may do it downstairs. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Anyway, so Look at Glow. Glow wants the book, boy. She's like bringing the heat. Kendra's bringing the heat. There we go. Absolutely awesome, awesome. Appreciate you, appreciate you. So let's go over these 6 things real quick, and I'm going to go through. I'll summarize these, and if you think of something going along, feel free to share it in the comments. So commit to showing up, and that's what I was talking about here. One of the things that to start on anything, if you've got a goal or a mission somewhere to go, so you got to show up, right? You got to commit to showing up. So when you commit to showing up, something's going to happen. So I made that commitment to show up and do the Facebook Lives. Right before this Facebook Live, I was like, what am I going to talk about? And I was literally sitting here, so what am I going to talk about? What am I going to do to bring some value? And when I asked that question, it just went bloop, 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 and it chimed right in. So that's cool. Good job, Wendy. So it brought the heat. It made me come up with an idea or concept or something to talk about. So commit to showing up is number 1. Number 2, get a coach or mentor who is there, and or a coach or a mentor who has a coach or a mentor that's there, right? So make sure that your lineage of coaching, who you plugged into, is going in the right direction, right? You want to have somebody that's sort of been there, done that, right? Somebody that's a 7-figure earner that's plugged in, a 6-figure earner that's plugged into a 7-figure earner that's running, right? That's on that mission that you can bounce stuff off of. Very, very important that you have a coach and a mentor, and they don't necessarily have to be in your business. Hey, Susan, thanks for swinging by. They don't necessarily have to be in your business. It's cool that if you're tied into somebody in your business. If you're brand new and the person that brought you in is brand new, and the person that brought them in is brand new, and the person that brought them in is brand new, find somebody that's in your lineage, somewhere in your leadership team that's running, right? And tie yourself into them and plug yourself into them, and make a commitment to finding out what they're doing, and find out what you need to do. Plug into them, ask them a question. What do I need to do X? What do I need to do X? And take a plan. And now here's very, very important. Once you do that, once you plug into that upline person that's running, right? That person that's running, and you ask them, what do you need to do to get to X, right? They're not going to be able to tell you what they're going to do to get to X if they haven't been there, but find somebody that's going where you want to go, that's been there, done that, and then ask them. Now watch this. Once you ask them and they give you the information, they commit to giving you the information and giving you the steps, you have to report back to them daily about your activity. So before you run and be a big shot, and yeah, I'm going to go, don't big shot yourself, because you're going to look ridiculous. Now you've got to report into them daily. You've got to report in them, say, okay, I'm on a 7-figure run. Here's what's going on. I'm going to report in daily. I'm going to report in daily. I'm going to report in daily, right? And you're going to do that. You're going to have that accountability to that person that you just asked about that 7-figure run. So very, very important that you do that. And it's something that you're going to have to put in. Now, make sure you just write that down on the side over here. Take a side note. Okay, if I'm going to run and I'm going to plug into my upline that's going there, that I need to report accountability. Now, you don't need to bug them. It's not necessary for them to respond back, but you need to let them know, hey, thanks for the information. Here's what I did today. I reached out to this many people. I did this many follow-ups. I did this many presentations. I have this many people coming to an overview, and you report in daily. 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 And then when something asks, hey, I got a new teammate. Hey, I got a new teammate. Hey, I got a new teammate. I got a customer. I got a customer. I got a customer. And report in daily. Now, they may not respond back to you, and that's absolutely okay. Remember, they're rocking and rolling. And what you might do is you might want to let them know, say, hey, I'm just going to report into you daily along this run, just so I can hold myself accountable. You don't have to reply back to me. Just want to report into you daily. And they may go, cool. So something very cool to do that, right? Next, number 3 is my favorite, and I know several of them are on here right now, is to get an accountability tribe, right? To get yourself an account. It just came up with a new one: accountability team, accountability tribe, accountability partners, whatever. Accountability tribe. Typically, you want to have a group of about 6 people, maybe 7 at the max, that you are mentally tied into, that are all running, right? You want to have somebody that's running, that wants to run hard, that wants to play hard, that wants to run big numbers, right? We were looking at numbers today, and I was just working on mine, and I'm going to share these with you because I think it's important. Now, if you're brand new, these numbers are probably going to just totally freak you out. Let me move this out of the way. And I track these on a daily basis. Then tonight I'm going to do my end of the week tracker. So here's here's the numbers. And I set up for a goal, and I've got to finish up today, but my goal for the week was to prospect 700 people. On Monday, I reached out to 30 people. My goal was 30 people. I reached out to 30 people. Tuesday, my goal was 100. I reached out to 141. Wednesday, my goal was 100. I reached out to 135. Thursday, my goal was 270 because I wasn't sure where. And I put a big goal because I didn't want to get behind. I reached out to 147. Friday, my goal was 100. I reached out to 130. Saturday, I didn't have a goal, and I didn't have anybody like the goal. It's just like I call my 0 day. And that's a whole nother training lesson there. But I reached out to 45 on Saturday, and today I still have to put my numbers in. So for my totals, prospected at 628 people that I reached out to. So I've got to get another 72 people to reach out to get that 700 goal accomplished. Tools that I sent out 17 total tools. I've had 3 no's. I've had 50 customers added so far. I think I might have a few more than that. Yeah, that's a real number. Yep, that's a real number. And I've done 412 follow-ups. Now, it's very, very important to understand is somebody's like, how did you? Customers don't get started right away. So when you're prospecting big numbers and you're following up, there's going to be a residual that's going to come behind that, and people are going to start to get started. So once you get that getting started snowball going because you're doing a lot of prospecting and putting a lot of follow-ups in, the follow-ups are going to create the residual customer enrollments. So don't get discouraged because you reached out to 10 people today and you got crickets. Remember, if you're going to do a 7-figure run, if you're going to do a 6-figure run, heck, if you're going to do a mid 5-figure run, if you're going to double your income, whatever it is, right? Kendra, she's a player. Kendra's got big numbers. She's saying, yeah, big numbers. Yeah, she's one of my accountability partners. She's got big numbers. And we do these because we realize, one, it pushes a muscle. But when you start to do these, right, we're not results triggered, we're activity triggered, right? Our focus is our activity, and the results, the residual results of that activity is people start to come around. People aren't going to just say yes because you reach out to them because you're excited, right? Some people want to do their research. And there's a whole nother training lesson in that, so don't get discouraged. So I think my wife just popped in a message and said something. I'm sorry, babe, I didn't see it. Get an accountability team. Daily mindset training is imperative. You've got to plug into some kind of motivational mind. I'm not talking about hype and rah-rah. I'm talking about something that's going to give you some meat, something that's going to give you something that you can grab onto, that you can put in your tool chest and use. You may not use it right now, and I might even be able to use it for a teammate that's coming down the road. You can dig back through your archives of training and do that. So you need to plug into some type of training system. One of the things that we do daily, our company has a morning mentor, a morning motivation, and then I also do the Ray Daily. So I get a double, both from my company side and then from Rankmaker side. I get a double dose of training for the mindset stuff to work through the day. So very, very important that you do that. So number 5, and this is the hard one sometimes. This is a really deep one. You have to love yourself. You must absolutely, unequivocally love yourself. You need to stand in the freaking mirror and tell yourself, I love you, 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 I love you. You need to love yourself. And I'm not talking about in a conceited, big-headed, egotistical way. I'm talking about you need to love yourself. You need to love yourself. And how are you going to do that? You need to get over all of the BS that you're dragging behind you about all the stuff that didn't happen, my heart is going out to you if something horrible happened to you in your life. And I know sometimes there's you need to go, there's stuff you need to get over that's tragic. And I pray for you, and I love you, and lay the hands of God on you, that burden will be lifted from you. And there's tools out there to get over. There's counseling and prayer and whatever you believe in to get over something tragic. But if it's just the general Eeyore, OMs, you need to cut that stuff loose. And standing up on a pedestal and saying, and trying to, whatever, don't bring bad karma into your space by speaking it. You attract professionals into your life. I'm a professional lead magnet. Everybody I talk to enrolls. and you start talking like this, and you start believing this, and you start walking around with confidence, and you start smiling, and you get in the game, and you get in the hunt. When you're a red A personality and you get in the hunt, people see you coming, right? People see you coming. When one of my customers is sitting in front of me and I'm going full-blown sales mode, they know it. They know they're not going to throw any kind of BS at me because it's just I am rubber, you are glue, bounce off me and sticks on you, right? It's not going to happen. They can't say anything to me that's going to like freak me out. There's absolutely nothing a customer sitting across the table can say to me that I haven't heard, been there, done that. I can probably bring out the book and say, okay, that was said on this date, this date, this date, this date, this date. You're not unique. So next, move on. Let's get over that objection and keep going. And the reason I can say that with confidence is because I've been doing it a long time. Doesn't mean that I know everything. It doesn't mean that I can't improve. It doesn't mean that there's some days I just see people that they just being really stupid and I want to throw punch them. And I've got to go through the process. Okay, I'm going to mentally throw punch them, and then I'm going to go sit down somewhere. I'm going to get myself a cup of coffee. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to listen to I'm going to close my door. I'm going to turn on some house music and get my brain, recalibrated and come back to doing what I need to do. Or maybe I'll throw on a really cool motivational YouTube video or something, and I'll listen to that for a little bit and just get recalibrated and get the junk out of the way. Because as you're going through life, you're going to experience garbage. There's just no way around that. And the very, very important thing that you got to do is you got to realize that you got to love yourself in spite of. And when you figure out how to do that, when you figure out how to love yourself when somebody else, throw punch, right? Like it's a mental throw punch. I wish I could. No, I don't. Don't go back there. Don't go back there. Come back. Come back. So number 5. Let's see. I don't know. This just jumped into some kind of weird number here. It went to number 1. Says this should be actually, anyway, there's a bonus one in here. So do your DMOs, do your daily method of operation. I think this is supposed to be number 6 and there was number 7 anyway, so we're going to get 7 tips. Do your daily method of operation. If you're really going to go on a 7-figure run, you need to have a plan, and it's going to adjust as you grow, as you're thinking up. Actually, no, Kendra, I have not had any coffee. Did I have coffee today? I think I had about this much this morning. I've not had any coffee today. Believe me, I had some orange juice and grapefruit juice a little bit earlier. So no, I'm trying not to drink coffee before I go to bed today. So prospect, 3 things that are a must in your DMO: prospect, follow up, and market, and keep it duplicatable. Remember, if you're going to build a big team and have a successful team, everything you do has to be duplicatable, right? Now, your activity may not be duplicatable. You may be a beast. You may go out and be able to go out and prospect 250 people, or like Doc Gardner did. I think today she prospected like 527 people. I'm like, that's a big freaking number. But here's the cool thing about it is she knows that somewhere in that 527, there's going to be some residual people that are going to start watching, seeing what she's doing. There's going to be some no's. There's going to be some yeses. There's going to be some customers. There's going to be some business partners. And they're all in that bunch somewhere, right? It's the haystack. How fast can you, if you're looking for a needle in a haystack, right? The faster you go through the straws, the more likely you are to find that needle quicker, right? So think about it that way. And then, of course, one of the most important things that you got to do, and I was talking about it earlier, is post your results daily. And of course, we have a tracker that we report at the end of the month. Every Sunday, we do an accountability tracker in Rank Makers where we report all our numbers. So I've got all my numbers that I track on a regular daily basis so that I know where I'm at for the week, and I know what I've got to knock out today to wrap up my week, finish up my tracker, move into next week. And then every Monday, and I've actually got a couple more tips, every Monday you need to set up. So tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll look at my week, what I've got going on planned for the week, and I'll set up my numbers. Now for my accountability team, and I'm going to put this out there in the universe, right? For my accountability team, I told them from September 1st to September 15th, I'm going to prospecting 200 people a day. And I'm going to do that for 15 days. Ridiculous numbers, right? But here's the cool thing is this is the end of the year run. And running towards the end of the year is going to make a huge impact coming in January, February, and March. So it's all about setting that up. So if you're brand new and you're thinking like, oh, the heck, where do you find 200 people? Whole nother training. Probably talk about it next week. We'll see where that's going on. So a couple of things. One is every night this Wednesday. If you don't have a business and you're new here, I know a lot of the people on the live here are already in a business, have their deal going on, so I'm not talking to you. But if you don't have a business opportunity, if you don't have a business, you're like, I want to do something, I'm not sure. Every night at 8 o'clock, be right here on my Facebook page, and we're going to have a corporate company overview going on right here live. You can plug into anonymously if you want to. Check it out, see if it might be a fit for you. I'm going to do that all week long at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can plug in and check that out. Now, for the rest of y'all, if you're ready to play big, if you're really ready to play big, September 1st, we're going to do we're going big. I'm going for 200 from the 1st to the 15th. I'm not sure if we're going to do some type of live in that, and we're going to report numbers, whatever, sort of like we did the 7-day prospecting blitz challenge back in June. We're going to do something a little bit different here, and we're going to run from the 1st to the 15th. And I think I'm probably going to do it in some type of live series, which is really cool because we have our company event going on right around the same time, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Haven't come up with a name for it yet, but if you want to play, stand by because the numbers are going to be fun. The numbers are going to be big. If you really want to go for a push, I challenge you to jump in. Yeah, I said y'all, Kendra. If you want to jump in, we're really going to go for a push from the September 1st to September 15th. You glow. You can bring your accountability team. The more we get on here, I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be so freaking cool to get in, report numbers. We're going to do them live. We're going to push them on Facebook, and I think that's going to do. I think that's going to do a couple of things. One, there's going to be a bunch of people out there that are going to be encouraged and inspired by the numbers. Right? They're going to be encouraged and inspired by the numbers, and we can create some hope for some people. So we're going to put a bunch of messages of hope in some inboxes for some people that are going to be looking to do something going into the new year. We're also rolling into holiday season, which is going to be cray. So I want to just get as many eyeballs on my business opportunity as I possibly can in those first 15 days of September, because Halloween's coming up, Thanksgiving's coming up, Christmas coming up, New Year's coming up, all the resolutions are coming up, all that stuff. And it's going to be February before we know it. And we want to make sure that our business has 10x by February, right, over what it is now. So if you want to play on that September, I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to enter to win the Slaying the Dragon book, tag a friend in this live, and I'm going to take everybody who tags somebody between now and tomorrow's live. I'm probably, let's see, just got so much going on. So I'm doing 8 o'clock tomorrow, sometime in that live, whatever, around that time frame. I'm going to be doing a replay, or what do you call it? Whatever you call it when you share a live. And anyway, that's somewhere around 8 o'clock tomorrow. Somewhere around 8 o'clock tomorrow, I'm going to put everybody's name in the hat and the spinning wheel of thingy, and we will draw a name out of the hat. Who knows? I might do 2 names. We'll see how it goes. But it's a very cool book. I love you. Jesus loves you. Can you believe I haven't drinking any coffee yet? There's absolutely nothing to do about it. On a mission to have no more empty refrigerators. Go out and make an extreme impact. Be a legacy creator. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Bye-bye. Watch party. Yes, Kendra. Watch party. Thank you. A watch party. Yes.